Angela, and I don't have questions. Well, I got some questions. I'm trying to plug this lamp in. I had my thing down here charging. I got some questions. Where my notes at? We here. I'm here. Hey, thanks for the like. I am here with a discussion recap conversation on Married at First Sight reunion after the decisions. Okay, so yes, we dragged it out. We dragged it out. We could have had all of this last week and this week in 1 hour 45 minutes, probably a half hour. But anyway, let's go. So at first I was sort of like, well, how long after the decision day was this reunion? And I think I gathered that it was about a week. Is that what you gathered? I'm Angela. The channel is Be Fabulous You. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you for being here. Thank you for helping us reach 1,000 charter subscribers. Okay, so I was looking at the body language and I kind of felt like our John and Molly together. And Dr. Pepper, she was like smiling when she was like, and how you both came to the difficult decision to get a divorce. And I'm like, why is she smiling? Are they together? It seemed like odd body language or odd, both are still wearing their wedding rings. Molly says she just doesn't want to explain at work what happened. And a lot of people have been saying basically that I guess she's very, very focused on her appearance and appearances. And that seems to be consistent with that, you know? So, yeah, you might as well take that ring on off, girl. Take it off, gal. And John said that he has not been wearing his wedding ring, but he put it on for the show. Pastor Cal is asking about the decline of Molly's attraction for John. They go back and showing the footage. Oh dang! Hold on a second. I done left this dog outside. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I'm coming right back. I'm sorry, Miss Thing. I'm sorry, Pooja. Hello? Are you there? Okay. I'm back. Okay. So, they show in the original footage, or I guess in the footage of when they first got married, how there seemed to be a mutual attraction. We have Shanice, and Shanice is like, well, do you feel like you guys, hey, True Royal family, do you feel like you guys gave it your best shot? And John is like, yes, unequivocally, no hesitation, sincerely, deeply, And the other child, Molly, is like, however she said it, it's like it's not the same vibration. And Shanice is like, girl, I love you, Molly, but I don't think that you gave it your best. And then Molly is like, they kind of talk about the fact that when decision day came, she felt like if he had said that he still wanted to work on the marriage, then she wouldn't have been able to say no. And Pastor Cal is like, well, it seems like your marriage could have been saved. And I was thinking, yeah, it does. Yeah, like I'm still confused by them. I still really don't care for Ryan and Jackie, and I still really like Shanice and Jeffy. So anyway, he says, it seems like your marriage could have been saved, and you both wanted to be married, and Shanice is like, yeah, we're all on this show. Y'all wanted to be married. Y'all were matched. Y'all have a good thing going. And well, whatever she's preaching, and John is like, but the thing is that I don't want to be in an abusive relationship, and so then it was kind of like, bloop for me at least, like, yeah, I feel like unless we address, I don't really see how there's like any productive way for us to go forward with their relationship. And it seems like her behavior, at least the part we saw of it, hasn't really been addressed. It hasn't been acknowledged. And it doesn't seem like, whether she's with John or not, it seems like it seems like she needs to get some help and some assistance with that. It's just something I can't with them. I don't really understand it. And so Jeff D is like, we go to Jeff D and Shanice, and Jeff D is like, I think he said she's a lot of what I lack, and I lack a lot. And I was kind of like, did he did he just say that on the spot? Had he been thinking about it for a while? I just thought it was a really interesting statement. In the lack and lot and lot and lack, all of that. Um, you know, Shanice says, evening, love like the sun. Shanice says, we love differently. I believe you're going to hurt when, you love. That's just part of the game. You just jump in and, you're going to get hurt. That's what love is. It's a contact sport. Woo! And, Jeff D is like, well, that's dumb. And then we all like, wait a second now. You can't be calling your wife dumb now. And Pastor Cal was like, the problem is that you think that what she does is wrong. And I think that that's sort of an important point, that, somebody can be different but from you, but that doesn't make them wrong. Someone can process things in a different way from you, and that doesn't make them wrong. That, it doesn't have to be a right or wrong. We can just be different. And have different approaches that come from having had different experiences. And you need to, you reacted, you sort of negated by saying that what she said was dumb. You sort of negated all of the sweet things that you just said, because he was saying some really nice things. And it's something about, I can't figure out, because it is TV, but it's like I feel like they sincerely, like when the experts are talking, like I feel like especially Jeff D, like it's like he's really deeply paying attention, like it seems like he's really, I don't know. And it's like, am I being fooled by the TV? Is he? Is that what's going on? I hope that's what's going on. Um, and then the doctor is like, well, tell Shanice the best part of being married to her. And Jeff D is like, well, I'm on the spot. And Shanice is like, well, I'll say it. And I think, again, there's this interesting dynamic there where I think I personally want Jeff D to take the lead more, but I don't think it seems to bother Shanice, and it doesn't seem to hamper their relationship. It's almost like she understands something about his nature, and she just understands it and she cool with it, which I think that's good for a wife to be like that. She got his back. That's her husband, man. um so Shanice is like, blah 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 blah, basically, she crazy about him. That's what I heard. I don't know specifically what she said. She blah blah blah, 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 blah. Was she crying? I think she was crying. Is she just crazy about him? And then Pastor Cal is like talking to Jeff D. You had said that, when you love, your heart is completely open to those people that you love, and to those people that you don't love, your heart is kind of closed. And Jeff D had said something about trying to protect Shanice from getting hurt and trying to protect himself from getting hurt, because he didn't really know her, so he didn't want to have an open heart. And if your heart is closed, you can't get hurt. So that's why he was being so cold. But and so Pastor Cal is sort of referring to that comment, and he says, well, you said your heart is open completely for the people you love. Do you think that have you found room in your heart, or a little bit of room in your heart, or are you maybe possibly a little bit, just an inch, maybe possibly somehow, loving Shanice? And is Shanice one of those people? And Jeff D said yes. So that was very sweet. It didn't take 5 years. He said he loved her, right? That's what happened. Is that what had happened? So anyway, then we go to Jackie and Ryan. Yeah, don't. Okay, I'm just gonna report what I wrote down. So Jackie is like, I think they ask, what do you like about each other or whatever, and Jackie is like, you're a good guy, you're funny, you're sweet, you're charismatic, and you can be charming. And Ryan is like, it's been happiness from the first day, and attraction grew over the next months. And then they're talking about the editing, or the counselors are talking about the fact that they have these passionate fights. It doesn't seem like they have passionate fights to me. In the footage that they showed, I guess when I think of passionate fights, I think of like yelling and screaming and, well, you said this and I meant this and I'm never talking to you again. Just leave, but they just are like, well, I don't know. I didn't really see the passion in the fights, but whatever. So then we go on to a little segment where they're talking about the fact that this cycle, the married at first sight couples had an opportunity to connect with each other, as couples. So, like, before the marriage, the men met up and they went ring shopping. Before the marriage, the women met up, and I think they might have gone to coffee or tea or something like that. And then several times, during the course of the 8-week experiment, and probably after, the couples got together, or they had, boys night out or girls night out or men's night out or women's night out. They spent time together, and the fact that they are uniquely um having a similar type, it's not going to be the same, but a similar type of experience. I thought it was good, and everybody else agreed that it was good. Now, some of y'all may not think it was good, but I thought it was good, and they did too. They bring in John's friend Megan, and they review the Molly "You Disgust Me and Make My Skin Crawl" footage. And basically, Megan is like, when John and I, when they first met, and when we saw them get married, we thought it was looking really good. But then as John was talking to me, it sounded toxic, it sounded negative, it sounded bad. And that's basically the, kind of, once John said he didn't want to be in no abusive relationship. I mean, it ain't really nothing else to say about that. I mean, to me, so that's basically what Megan kind of confirmed. Like, he sounded like he was being abused, and it wasn't healthy and wholesome and productive and loving. So anyway, then we see Shanice with her. They talk about these fantasy dates. And so, and the importance of fantasy dates. And I guess during the show, everybody did fantasy dates. What I didn't notice when I was watching the show is that Shanice was the only woman who did a fantasy date. John put on a suit and cooked dinner for Molly, and then Ryan put on his carpenter belt and put heart-shaped rose petals on the bed, and I guess did a stripper dance for Jackie. And Jeffy took, remember, Shanice out for skating, but before that he greeted her with 3 dozen white roses. And skating is something that she loves from her childhood, and he had remembered it and noticed it, and so it was like a very thoughtful, fun, fantasy date for her. But she also did, and I didn't see any of the other women do fantasy dates, but Shanice also had gotten a stripper pole for their house, which I guess is still there. And she put on like a little fire woman outfit and did a striptease for them, and had like their little kitchenette area set up like a strip. She had money out for them. Is that what makes it a stripper bar? She had some singles out for them, and she stripped. So, or she danced, and then so I don't know why she's the only woman who planned the fantasy date, but that was interesting. Jeffy and his best friend have the same hairdo. When his best friend comes out, they shaved on the sides, and then they got their hair braided back, or locks in his case, but hair is still hair braided back. They say, at the beginning of the show, they did mention that when Shanice met Jeffy's mother, that Jeffy's mother said, I have, you're my first daughter, because she has all boys. And they remind us here that Jeffy's mom has 9 boys. So that's a lot of boys. That's like more than a basketball team. I guess that's like a basketball team and backup. But she has 9 boys. And so when she had met Shanice, she said, "You my first daughter," and that made Shanice feel good. And she had given her the belt. His mother has been sweet, although we didn't see her. And we found out that Shanice didn't have any way of getting in touch with the mama. And she said Jeffy hadn't given her the number, because the mama is like, "You're my daughter. Why don't you call? You should call me." She like, "I would, but Jeffy won't give me your number." So Antonio, Jeffy's friend, is out. And he's, they talk about how they have a good friendship. They try to be honest with each other and hold each other accountable. They don't baby each other. And how Antonio has been, not only a resource for Jeffy, but apparently he's been a resource for Shanice as well. And we find out that Shawnice and Jeffy have gotten a matching tattoo with the number 8 or the infinity symbol. So the 8 is for the 8 weeks of the experiment. The fact that they got married in the 8th month of the year. That the 88 is his jersey number or something. It's a whole bunch of things that the 8 is significant for them. And then of course infinity. Their marriage lasts into infinity. And Jackie, don't hurt. Oh, so they talk about, well, what are the lessons that everyone learned? And I didn't really get them all, but this is my synopsis of them. Jackie is like, don't hurt the one you love. And I'm like, if you relating to somebody and dealing with somebody, not that you do it on purpose, but inevitably somebody gonna get hurt, because that's just, you might accidentally step on somebody's toe or bump them. But that's just the nature of connecting with people. Somebody gonna get hurt. So, but she said, don't hurt the one you love. We just gonna edit that to don't intentionally hurt the one you love. Try to love the one you love. Love the ones you love. And then Ryan is like, be honest, but not brutally honest. John is like, take the L. He took the L. He had to take the L. And then Molly is like, she wants to change. I don't know. Shawnice is like, something about give and take. And Jeffy is like, love is a commitment. So then, as we go into commercial, we get the teasing about, or I thought it was teasing about Shawnice being pregnant. But then when we came back, it was like, that's when we went into these what did you learn things. So anyway, then they're at the show has basically wrapped, and they're like, well, and then 2 months later, we got wonderful news from Shawnice and Jeffy, or they want to update us. And then we see Shawnice and Jeffy at home. I guess the cameras are there, and she gives him a box. He opens the box up. It's got little bitty, itty bitty, cutie little baby athletic shoes. And he's like, well, what's up? And she's like, well, these are baby shoes for baby steps. And when he pulled out the shoe, he looked a little like, he looked a little way, like I think he already knew. During the whole show, they were talking about how sensitive he was, and he was kind of like, but I think he's very sensitive. But she's like, this represents baby shoes for baby steps, and we can take these baby steps together because we're having our first baby. And then she's like, I'm nervous and I'm scared, and she's crying. And then he's like, you want a hug? And then he hugs her. So it was like, okay, that's good. It's kind of a lot going on. And then Shawnice is like, I'm scared, I'm nervous because we haven't even figured out this marriage thing, and now there's a baby in it. I think Jeffy is kind of happy. He's like, I know you're going to be a good parent, and I promise to be a good parent, or whatever. But that was it. Love at first sight. Married at first sight, not love at first sight. I hope that Shawnice and Jeffy, I hope it's what it appears to be, and that they are sincerely and genuinely having a relationship. I think it would be wonderful if they met in an arranged marriage and just, went on to live happily ever after. But, I'm here for the love. I'm here for it. I'm here for the children and the babies and I'm here for them. I love it. I want to know more. So, we just had we had the first Married at First Sight baby, the other day. They've been around for 6 seasons. I don't know if that means 6 years. I don't know if Shawnice and Jeffy are going to get a special, they popping. I don't know. I mean, because they only been married for 2 days. Now it's been like 4 or 5 months and they pregnant. That's kind of intense. So let us all say a prayer for them. And, that's it. It's a wrap. Did I miss anything important? If I missed anything important, drop it in the comments. Thank you so much for jumping on the live. Like, share, or watching it on replay. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and all of that other good stuff.